Hey guys, I'm doing a bit of a vlog kind of video today. I do vlogs, but I thought I'll just kind of document this process because I've done a video before, which I'll link up in the corner, about how I kind of cover or fill in moles, and that video still gets views. People still search for it, people still find it really helpful. So I thought I'd do a video on this instead of just incorporating it into my normal vlogs. Today I'm going to the Victorian Cosmetic Institute to get some of my moles, 3 of them, kind of shaved down with a laser. So the one in my eyebrow, the one here, and the one there. And the reason why I made that decision was that I haven't wanted to remove my moles because they don't bother me. This one reminds me of my grandmother who passed away last year because she had the same one, so I don't really want to get rid of it. And I never liked the idea of getting it surgically removed and having like a scar down my eyebrow. So when I looked into it and found out that you can actually get them lasered down, so not necessarily the color completely goes, some of it might not, but it just levels it out to the surface of the skin. I thought that would be so much easier than anything else because filling in my eyebrows is a real pain in the ass because I've got this like raised mole there, and I've got one here as well. So they don't necessarily bother me, but the fact that they're raised makes doing my makeup more and more annoying. So yeah, what I thought I would do, and also because it's raised, this one tends to catch the light and look quite prominent. So I thought this is a great option, and the only place that I kind of on a basic kind of Google search found that did it was Victorian Cosmetic Institute. I've got a booklet here. All their cards seem to be shiny black on matte black, so you can see it there. Anyway, I picked this place because I did the procedure, and I'm going to give you a quick rundown of my experience because I've already been to have the consult, and even though I'm keen to have the procedure done, I wasn't super happy with my experience. So this is not sponsored. They don't know who I am, not that I'm anyone. They don't know I'm going to do a video. I'm just going purely as someone using the clinic, and I must admit, to book in, well, firstly the consult is $125, but it's redeemable on the procedure. They said that the procedure to remove 2 will be like $250, to remove 3, they're just like this little one is going to be an extra $50, so I might just get the 3 done. But the $125 that I've already paid goes towards that. So anyway, my experience is it took about 5 weeks to get an initial consult. The consult needs to be an hour long. The person I went and saw was running 15 minutes late, and then she spoke to me for 15 minutes and then booked me in for a half an hour appointment in 7 weeks time because that was the earliest time. And it kind of annoyed me because if she had arrived on time and it was just a 15-minute consult instead of an hour, we could have had it done then and there. So that kind of annoyed me. Also, I found her, even though she was quite friendly, she was a little bit, I'd say, judgmental. She asked me if I'd had any procedures before. I said that about 6 months ago I had some Botox, and she probably asked me in the session about 4 times if I wanted to have an update jab, and I was just like, no. And then she said, I think I had like 2 sessions of tattooing done because I've got a sleeve of tattoos, or having a sleeve done, and at the time I was wearing a cardigan, and she started talking about if I need any tattoos removed, and I'm like, no, I'm actually just getting one. And she spent probably about a good 5 minutes of the 15-minute session telling me how much people hate their tattoos and how helpful laser is and how I'm going to want it lasered in the future. And I just found it really kind of off-putting, and the only reason I went back was, firstly, I paid $125 towards the treatment, but also I wanted the treatment done. So I wasn't happy with the institute, and I wouldn't go back there, and I wouldn't go back there to get Botox. And the only reason I've gone there is because the clinic that I've been to have Botox, who were super professional, super lovely, they don't do the procedure, essentially. So that's why I didn't go there, otherwise I would have. Anyway, I'm going to head off now. I'm not going to film the procedure because I haven't asked. I'm just a consumer. This is not like organised through PR. I haven't asked them to film. I don't want them to know that I'm doing a video on this, so I'll let you know what it's like afterwards. Okay, so I thought I would tell you how it went. I've had it done. I look like I've got no eyebrow because I've got like a thing on it, like a band-aid thing on it, and half my face is numb. So essentially, oh, and I was wrong with what, it was $400 that I forgot. I thought it was $300, it's $400. Not that big a deal. Anyway, so I feel like I'm talking funny because my cheek is numb, and look at my, like, I've got half a numb face, which is a good thing because I didn't have to feel them. Oh, it's so weird talking. I didn't have to feel them burning off my moles, which was great. So it kind of stung when they were using the local anesthetic. That stung, fine, no big deal. Much better to sting than to feel someone burning off your face. But the weirdest part was definitely the fact that like half my face is numb. I felt my eyebrow like droop. This is all like bleh. So yeah, I just feel funny. And then essentially, like, she would use these little kind of tweezer things, which I could feel her like kind of pulling at my skin, but not, I couldn't actually feel the pain, which, you know, once again is good, but it's really fucking weird. And then they kind of just took off the main part, and then they, like, she kind of shaved it down, and it smelled like burning hair, so it was pretty fucking gross. But at the same time, it wasn't that bad. I couldn't feel it. This one, towards the end, I could start feeling a little bit of the warmth, so, but it wasn't a big deal. And now I've got funny face going on. So I have to keep like Vaseline on them for about a week until they like fully heal, but they should fully heal in like a week or two. And yeah, so it wasn't a big deal. It was a bit kind of scary, but once everything was numb and they started doing it, it was like not a problem. So yeah, that is my experience. Now I feel like I can't talk properly. Oh, I think even at one point I felt like I was about to start drooling. Gross. Okay, so it is a few hours after, probably a good 4 hours after I've had this stuff done. I've got tape on them, but they've been bleeding through the tape or around the tape. So I went and saw a movie here as well. And as like the anesthetic was wearing off and I'd like be moving my face or chewing on popcorn or something, I could just feel like blood dripping down, which was gross. So yeah, it's hurting a little bit, but nothing crazy, but definitely a bit bloody. And like that's just a bit of tape and it's just kind of coming around the tape. But I went to the shops and I had to wear sunglasses on inside the store, and I felt like such a diva, but I was like, people don't need to see me bleeding in public. It's pretty gross. So yeah, I'll see how it goes tomorrow, shall I? When I take, well, I'm going to take these things off tonight, probably in the shower, and I'll show you what it's like, because I don't need to keep them taped. I just need to keep them like moisturized with like something like Vaseline or something. So I don't need to keep them taped, so I'll show you tomorrow. Okie dokie, so it is the day after I had my moles removed. Yesterday I had the tape on them. They were bleeding everywhere in public. It was very embarrassing. Today I have just been working and it's late at night and it's editing time, so in my PJs editing. I thought I'd check in because I'm all like clean. I did have to pack on makeup today because I was doing a bunch of filming. It was really gross because that is like wet and goopy. This like bleeds whenever it wants, same as that one. So I was really trying to fight having to like dab concealer on them, which I'm sure you're not supposed to do day after, but had to do it. I got by, I showered. I realized I'm bruised in here. So if you can see that that looks like hollow, I think it's because of that. I don't have that here. So I'm bruised. This is really gross and it's got that kind of fleshy white fat underneath, which is disgusting. This one's starting to, you don't want it to like scab over and get too dry, so I've been putting like a paw kind of treatment on it. But it's kind of hard because they're so kind of goopy that whatever you put on them doesn't want to stick. So it's a bit annoying in that sense. But yeah, they're not super painful. This one's probably the most painful, and these ones are just like goopy, and if you accidentally like, I don't know, burst out laughing, this one started like bleeding, whatever. But it is, yeah, it's a bit gross. It's a bit gross. Definitely it's one of those things that I would recommend doing maybe if you had like a long weekend coming up or like a couple of days off work, because it's kind of hard to hide them. You know, it's hard to cover and it's pretty obvious, and you might get bruising and like goopiness and blood dripping down your face randomly. So yeah, it's grosser than, of course, cutting off bits of your face is pretty gross, but I can confirm that it's gross. Okay, so I thought I'd give a 2-week update on the mole situation. I think this might be my last kind of update conclusion thing. The one in my brow, which is still a bit of a scab, I think it was the most like goopiest of all, so it's taken a while to heal. But that one, like, it makes my eyebrows so much easier to do. It was a hassle every day kind of doing my brows, like filling in my brows around it, and now so much easier. I didn't really do it heavily, so you can see sort of that it is still a little bit kind of scabby. This one here has almost fully healed. It's a little bit dry and scabby still. And you can see that there's a bit of a scar. So this is even, I've got some foundation on, you can see that's still scarred. But if you wanted to kind of cover that, concealer would work. What I actually do is I get a pencil and I just kind of draw in a little mole, because I kind of am used to having one. So I just like having one that looks kind of neater and less like obvious. So yeah, even though I haven't done it today so I can show you what it looks like, I usually do kind of draw a little one in on top of that. But that one is like totally flush with the skin. This one here isn't completely flush with the skin. You can see that it is slightly raised still. So I don't know if at the check-in she's going to want to remove some more. I don't know. I have a check-in in 2 weeks' time. Or maybe it's just that this one, I feel like it's the one that's healed the best. So I don't think it's just scar tissue. I think it is that she just didn't take it too close down. And I'm not sure if she offered it to me, would I get it kind of redone? I'm not too sure, but yeah, I think they're looking really good. Like I said, you do get scars, and I'm sure that will fade over time, especially if you start using things like, you know, rosehip oils and stuff to help it heal. So yeah, I'm really happy I got them done. It's not so much like, I wouldn't say it's so much about like it's made me a lot more confident, because I don't think that's the case. I kind of was used to them and sort of owned them, but I think it just makes my daily life a lot easier. So like when I had the one in the brow, whenever I'd fill in my brows, because I've got very sparse brows. I feel like I need to fill this in more now. I don't know if it's just the lighting. Anyway, it used to be a real pain in the ass having to fill that in specifically, and you'd often catch the light. So sometimes I'll color it in darker to kind of like contour it, I guess. And this one was annoying with foundation as well. So it's just made my life a lot easier, and it has kind of put me more in control about what I want my face to look like. So if I want to have a mole on, I'll just draw it on, which I always do, but I don't have to have like a big obvious one that I feel like draws too much attention away from the rest of my face. So I'm very happy I had it done. It was a very disgusting process. Having someone numb your face and then you can feel them like with the clippers, like hold your skin and then like burn away at your skin was pretty disgusting. I'm not gonna lie. And then it was very oozy and weepy and disgusting for days and days. It probably took close to a week for it to like kind of heal up. The problem was that they tell you to use like a Vaseline or something to keep them hydrated. So they didn't actually form a scab for a while because you keep them hydrated, but they do stay gooey and like goopy and gross for a while. So it will take a good week for them to kind of settle down. And then 2 weeks in, it's like this. Like I don't even notice it. Like it's fine. So yeah, that was my experience with getting my moles removed. I will leave the details of the place I got it done at down below. They don't know that I do YouTube. It's not an affiliate thing. Nothing like that at all. Their waiting list was very annoying, and I found their service, like, I think in the consult, I found their service a little bit worse. When I actually got it done, I thought their service was quite good. But yeah, if you want to check it out, I think it's definitely worth looking into. But be aware as well that they will likely scar, and also moles have a tendency to grow back. So if you're like something like 16 and you're watching this, wait until like you're in your 20s probably, because you're just going to have to get it done again. And also often I think as you kind of get older, and as I get older anyway, I kind of accept my flaws a bit more. The only reason I did this was because I had enough time to look into it, whereas previously I've been working a lot and have kind of put it off, but it's been something I've been interested in looking into. And you know, when I found a good option for me, I decided to go for it. But I would also recommend checking out a place that has like specialists with cosmetic procedures, because a lot of people go to just GPs and get it cut out, and then they sometimes have like big scars and stuff. But yeah, I was happy with the outcome. So that is my vlog about getting my moles removed. And if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them in the comments. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.